Like you all know that I am for a peaceful disintegration of this contraption called Nigeria. And I'm going to justify that to you this morning. First, I want to believe most of you know the very famous journalist called Oseni Rufai. Are you aware that Oseni Rufai currently is being placed on a watch list in the north? Simply because he called for the equal measures of value placed on lives. For the north, the same thing should be given for the middle belt. The same thing should be given to the southerners. We all remember what happened with Deborah because of just mere conversations, mere religious arguments, how she was mobbed to death, how those that perpetrated that evil in Sokoto till this very day have not been paraded, neither have they been put to a death row. We never saw the Sultan of Sokoto to pay a visit of condolence to our family in the south. We never saw the governor of Sokoto do the same thing, travel all the way down from Sokoto to the south to beg and compensate this family of Deborah. In fact, what the North are saying is it is justiciable for her to have been lynched like that, and not one single person will there come out to seek for compensation. Now, what are the arguments of Rufai Oseni? It is clear and simple. All right, his arguments are very clear. Let us have a society where is peace and justice. But Nigeria and justice is like you mixing water and oil. They never mix. Unless, of course, you unsettle the water. Unless, of course, you also unsettle, you dissolve the molecules of the oil. And this is why I said I seek for that disintegration. If there will not be a peaceful disintegration of this country, eventually there will be a radical shock wave that will heat up the polity, heat up the atmosphere, heat up the environment, the society, and everybody will dissolve according to their weights into their respective positions. When you distill a crude oil, the heaviest, which happens to be the bitumen, sits at the bottom. And then when you have the ethanols, the ethylenes and co, they have the PMS, you have the what's it called, diesel. Those ones stay afloat. Nigeria needs to go through that distillation stage. It could be religious that will lead to that. It could be ethnicity. But what I'm saying is, I think it will be more of a religion. Now, let me read what the response of the former Buhari media aide said to Rufai, just as I have on my screen. He said, I have no doubt that you are an educated person in a privileged position to critically assess situations. However, it is unfortunate that your objectivity is clearly clouded by emotions or hatred. Emotions or hatred, because Rufai has asked if Akponiza, the governor of Edo State, can travel all the way down to the north, beg the families of the deceased, beg the governors, beg the political juggernauts, and then vow to ensure that those that they have caught, even if they are still suspect, nobody has a full evidence that those guys were the real ones that perpetrated the evil, that he was going to ensure that those guys are also being put to a death row. Akponiza made all these promises to these northerners who now apparently are superior, because that's just what is going on. The superiority of class, the superiority of ethnicity, the superiority of religion. And we want to have a nation that will say there's peace, justice, and equality. Of course, there's nothing like that. It is a separate entity. It is just a facade. Let me continue. What happened in Ondo, Benue, or similar that have been happening in Borno, Yobe, Zamfara, or elsewhere, are clearly an act of terrorism. People were bombed right there in the church in Ondo, or what precisely. Over 50 persons body parts were shattered. Those that committed this evil were caught and they were traced back to their root, that they were Northerners. Not one donation from a northern governor to the families of the deceased was made. But when Borno experienced what we call flood disaster, because water that was released from the Lagdo Dam, was it Lagdo Dam? I can't remember, maybe it's Cameroon. That water flooded the whole of Borno. A southern governor, though we might not like him, but a southern governor donated 500 million naira as an handout to at least abate the impoverishment that will ensue due to that flood. He donated it to the state, 500 million naira. Imagine. Let me continue with this reply of Bashir. He said it is a fact that no one will be demanding that Edo State intervene if the killings in Uromi had been carried out by a named terrorist. By the way, we have no named terrorists in the south. There are known, not one single one is a known terrorist. It is only in Nigeria that they've proscribed IPOB as a terrorist organization. Because when you put them side by side, vis-a-vis, the ISWAPs, the Lakurawas, the Boko Harams, put them side by side with the IPOB, what are their ideologies? The ideology of the IPOB man is simple. I want to live. I want to have my own state. Because where I am currently positioned, I am being strangulated. I am being caged. I am being handheld at the back. I am not allowed to fulfill my potentials. But what is the ideology of the Boko Harams, bandits, and all that? We know. They say they want to annihilate Christians. They say they want to cancel what we call Western civilization. And indeed, they say that they want to take over the government. I have not seen where the IPOBs will say that in the recent time will attack a government house. You know? But we know what we are doing. Let me continue. He said it is important that we learn to differentiate between terrorist acts and mob-driven atrocities. When your child from the north commits a terrorist act and his root is being traced, so are you telling me that his governments are not supposed to be held responsible? You ask why no delegation visited Ondo. You ask why nobody criticized Deborah. This is Bashir speaking. The level of hypocrisy, the level and the intentionality to defend their own terrors, calling out those that commit similar acts in the south, and the way we, the southerners, collectively bow down, shiver when we offend the north is troublesome, worrying, and it's only a word. It shows our collective cowardice. What Apomisa did is right by apologizing. Well, it will be sustainable and rational if Apomisa could use this to also score a point that when Deborah was also killed, can we also have some people apologize? Or peradventure Apomisa will not be the right person to say this. Why are some southern governors not saying it? You know, we have to be very intentional about our position in this country. If we want to be a slave, let us announce it that, okay, we as the South, we are set to be enslaved by the North. Then we, the Southerners, will know where we are. If we are to flee, let us run. Bam. For those of us that want to remain in the country, then we will know that, okay, since our leaders have sold us out, then who are we? Because it doesn't make any sense. It is not adding up. Everything, reeks of cowardice. It is counterintuitive that you are the one that should tolerate and they are the ones that should complain. Why does that happen? In what society, in which nation will some people be higher than some people? Are we having ethnic profiling? I think that is what we're having. Now the adult youths are all hell-bent that Akomiza will be dealt with in a language I understand. The adult youths, all of them have said that Akomiza, you are ready to sell out your own people. You did not even get a little to hear the side of the story of the Irom youths. You just jump into conclusion that they will be subjected to a death row. Are those people, have they not been threatened? Have they not been bastardized with all manners of killings and kidnapping by these bandits alike? I mean, stories are coming out. Now let us listen to those who are from Edo, their experiences and what they think about the Akomiza man and their actions that they will take. Let us listen to it together. Pass, what is going on?
We are still warrior. We are still warrior. We are not afraid. You just saw what happened. We are so vigilant. Whereby, don't forget when the British invaded Edo State, we are so vigilant, and we do the justice, and everybody find his way, people find his way. So that boldness, heartbeat, we say happy in our mind. For the Fulani to come with guns and say they are hunters, I don't know where that was started. Where some few people will carry gun coming to all the way from Port Harcourt to Edo State, they say they are hunters. It's not justifiable. But the killing, I am not supporting the killing. But you say that Fulani has taken over Auchi and this. No. We have one Oba, only Oba in Edo State. The rest are cheap. Are cheap.
And who is this Oba?
Oba Bini, Oba Rediawa. Oba Obini. So what I'm saying, the only one Oba that is controlling all the Edo State. Fulani'S in Edo State, I don't know. I know let's have Edo North, which missed by the Hausas in Edo North. So those who came and said they are hunter, are they from Edo? No. Before you carry gun in Edo State, I believe state government must have signed. If they are not signed, no license, you are with gun, you are armed robber or cut. And they are be killing our people, our women in farm. We can go farm. Did the Kano governor condone us? There was killing in Ondo, a killing in Enugu. Did the governor, MEF, come to condone the Enugu governor? No. For a governor of Edo State to be going to Kano to go and start penny down, you should know he's an APC governor. And he was advised made by the president or APC leaders to go and do that because he don't want the job to cut up against him.
But what a wonderful question, the anchor of this good platform. First and foremost, I want to say someone has come out to say, or has outlined countless times that he said that the Nigerian government cannot win BiAFRA with a barrel of gun for the second time. Now when he said that, see, Nigerian government cannot win BiAFRA with a barrel of gun, it means that nobody needs to die for them to exit Nigeria. Now, Ojogun fought BiAFRA in a different dimension. Now, nnamdikanu did it via his own dimension. So ECPA is taking it globally. And now, we've seen world body recognize BiAFRA. We've seen the UN and then some other global body have come out to endorse the BiAFRA struggle. So kudos to him, it is a plus. Some persons have come out to say that Samonekpa should be discredited, the likes of Cowardice and that of the southeastern governors. But my question is that you said Samonekpa should not be taken serious. Then who should be taken serious? The government who is who is not willing to protect our people? Is it the people who have refused to speak up when the Igbo man has been marginalized in the country? Is it the same governors who have become a tools in the hands of their Fulani master? So for you to even have a character like Samonepa and nnamdikanu to have come out to say enough is enough, that we are tired of this contraption called one Nigerians. It shows that these people have this mindset that see they can no longer be slave. So for him to have even gone as far as to hire lobbyists that will speak on behalf of BiAFRA in the world in the UN summit, to me it's a plus, and that alone the voice of Biafrans will be heard globally, and the voice of an Igbo man is also being heard globally. Now let me take it back the line. When Southern Sudan and South Sudan wanted parted ways, nobody killed each other, nobody go through the route of violence. It was done amicably. So Samonepa is doing it amicably for him to convince world leaders that this thing is possible, and why the government of the day, the present government of Nigeria, are not seeing it that way. Thank you. You can also
to the government, to the Nigerian government be worried about this?
Why would they be worried? The same people have sent assassins to kill Samonepa. Now only he has escaped. So see, one thing about it is that the government of the day, they are panicking. There's panic. You know what it is now? So a particular tribe or a major tribe to exit your country. You know how an Igbo man is. You know the investment of an Igbo man is in the country. Now imagine in Nigeria without an Igbo man. Let's just imagine that. I mean, dominance. That means the outside man would now dominate virtually every government parastatals in Nigeria. So now the reason why the Igbo man is still believe that's Nigeria is because the Igbo man is still in the contraption called Nigeria. But eventually, if the Igbo man leaves, my brother, the Igbo man will know the true meaning of Nigeria, and then we now know who owns Nigeria. Just like what Angwabula said, he said they are not scared of the Igbos parting, exiting Nigerians. That was what he said. He said they are not scared. Indirectly, that means the other tribe would not have sense of belonging in the country. And we know it. I know it too. And every normal man now has the spirit of dominance. You cannot dominate him. If a Fulani man has the spirit of dominance, for you to dominate him, it will take ages. In terms of population, you cannot dominate them. So one thing is that Ojukwu have foreseen this whole thing. That was why he championed this Biafra struggle. And now, gradually, it is now becoming a reality in this contraction called Nigeria. Now, there are some Igbo men are even tired of the system called Nigeria, just because they feel their brother is still in president. Man, my brother, I can bet you, come 2027, the Yorubas will be championing the Republic more than the Igbo man. I can bet you that. That I am very certain of. Yes, we will championing because it is certain when their president, when their brother is being kicked away from the presidency, already there is a plot, and which he himself cannot escape. The president himself knows that there is a plot, and then the big shots in the north are forming alliance. You know it. Rufai, a powerful influence in the north, is not in the league. Sorry, is not in good terms with the president. And now nobody can take Nobody can change that factor. What Rufai did, or see that made President Tinubu emerge as the president via his own influence. And then we have also the likes of Ango Ambulai, which is the chairman of the Northern Order Forum. He said post that election that the Northern Order Forum supported Tinubu, but come 2027, Tinubu will not get their support. So what does that mean? Now so now if the average Northern person is not given the vote, now where will they get the vote? It just come by 2027. The same thing the universe have tagged the Igbos for. Now they will be the master mind of it, because I can bet you by 2027 Yoruba will stop. And that's the slogan that will continue to trend, is that we are tired of the country, we want to follow the suit of the government and exit the country. And then the government now will not take them, tag them for being unserious, because now that the government is championing for the exit, we are saying the government is not serious. There are claims that the government is not serious, but I can bet you when the system will not catch up with you, then you will know why the government has been championing to exit. Thank you for always coming.